Free streaming services are growing in popularity. As we've covered in recent videos on the streaming space, much of the new subscriber growth has occurred in ad-supported free streaming services like Tubi, Pluto, Crackle, and others.
With so many free options, it can be helpful to know what's on them before you invest time in trying them. So today we thought we'd cover one of the smaller free streaming services out there, Crackle.
Yeah, is Crackle any good? That's one of the questions that we're answering in this Crackle review video.
While Crackle is a free streaming service, it's not an alternative to Netflix. For starters, it has lots of ads. That's to be expected with a streaming app that lets you watch movies and TV shows for free, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's worth your time.
We'll cover the Crackle TV library so you can get an idea of what shows and movies it has. We'll also cover how to use the free app, and we'll talk about streaming quality, supported devices, what original content is on it, and more.
Let's start with what Crackle is. Crackle is a free streaming service with ads. Sony bought Crackle more than 15 years ago, but is now owned by Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Crackle is a free way to watch movies online and to watch TV shows online. It features free movies, TV shows, and some original content. And all of the content is on demand.
Like similar services, some movies and shows on Crackle are only available for a limited time. So if you see a title you like, it's best to watch it soon in case it leaves.
Now let's get into our next question. What can you watch on the Crackle TV app?
Crackle has a mix of drama, action, horror, sci-fi, and comedy content, as well as feel-good movies, faith-based shows, and classic TV titles.
Yeah, but as you'll see in a minute, its library is pretty small. It has about 1,100 movies and 70 TV shows. Compare that to Tubi, which is another free streaming service, and it has 20,000 movies and nearly 3,000 TV shows.
Crackle's lack of content was one of the reasons we ranked it last in our review video comparing the top free TV streaming services. Tubi and Pluto, for example, have much more content, which makes them a better way to watch movies for free, as well as TV shows.
Still, if you want to cut the cord and take your costs all the way down to zero, Crackle could be a worthwhile option to put into your mix. Now, let's talk about how to get Crackle. First, there are multiple ways to access it. You can either pull it up through a web browser at crackle.com, or you can install the app on a smart TV or streaming device. Here's what Crackle looks like on a computer.
Across the top, you'll see options to filter titles by TV, movies, or to search for anything by title. On the right, you can activate a device or create an account and sign in.
Crackle is free, as we've said, and you don't have to create an account, but doing so unlocks helpful options like parental settings and allows you to favorite titles and add them to a watch list. Plus, it's free to create an account. You just have to provide your name, email address, and birthday.
You also have the option to sign up for a weekly newsletter from Crackle. If you don't want to receive that, just uncheck the box. Once you create an account, you can click on the account icon in the top right and select Settings from the drop-down menu to make changes to your account and update your preferences for captions and parental controls. You can also link a new device from the screen.
Back on the home screen, you can explore content in a few different ways. First, there's a hero slider at the top that features new or interesting titles that Crackle thinks you will enjoy. Then you'll see shows you're in the middle of watching, followed by your Watch Later list. This is where items you favorited will appear. After that, you'll see different content categories Crackle organizes its titles into.
First is Spotlight, which is a collection of titles Crackle has curated. Then you'll see new titles, popular TV shows, and then categories like action, comfort classics, British TV, westerns, drama, and more.
You can also browse by just TV or just movies. And within each view, you can filter titles by genre, and this is a great way to see what Crackle originals are available. Within the TV view, for instance, you can see that there are about 30 titles. Clicking on any title will launch an ad and the title itself, as well as more information about it. You can favorite any title by clicking the Watch Later button. There are also social sharing buttons about content in case you want to share it on your channels or email it to someone. Scrolling down after clicking on a title will reveal more episodes if it's a show in a series or related titles, which is a nice feature.
Clicking on the gear icon brings up options to turn on captions and to change the appearance of the captions. This is a nice feature and something you don't see on many paid services, let alone free ones. So that is fairly nice to see.
One other thing to note is that there's an Activate a Device button at the top of the home screen. If you're trying to launch Crackle for the first time on a streaming device or smart TV and you don't want to use your remote to key in all the information, you can open this option on your computer, phone, or tablet and enter the code here.
Now that we've talked about what's on Crackle, let's cover some of the feature questions and cover streaming quality and how bad the ads are. Let's first start with streaming quality. You can stream in HD quality. Crackle recommends an upload speed of 9 Mbps for good quality. At time of filming, there was no 4K content on Crackle.
As for supported devices, the list is pretty good. All of the major streaming devices like Fire TV, Roku, Chromecast, and Apple TV are supported, as well as LG, Vizio, and Samsung TVs, Android and iOS devices, as well as PlayStation 4 and Xbox One gaming systems.
Alright, let's cover the ads. We're not going to lie to you. They're pretty bad. There are enough ad breaks and content that even though everything on Crackle is on-demand content, it feels like free live TV in some ways because your content is interrupted often.
During our testing, a 2-hour movie started with an ad break and had 11 additional breaks in it. Breaks were typically 2 minutes in length. However, shorter shows weren't too bad. A 21-minute episode of Third Rock from the Sun had 2 20-second ad breaks in it, which didn't feel like too much. There's an ad countdown timer, which is helpful.
However, it's annoying that every title starts with a 30-second ad. Sometimes you want to get into a show a bit to see if it's something you want to keep watching. Doing that on Crackle requires watching a commercial, which we don't like. And trying to switch to a new show mid-progress triggered more ads for us that were nearly 2 minutes long.
So, let's get to our final question. Is Crackle any good? In our opinion, Crackle is at the bottom of the free streaming services for cord cutters out there. Its content library is smaller than other services, and there are lots of ads. Before taking the time to install it and create an account, we'd recommend opening it on a web browser and using the search function to look for shows or movies you like. See if Crackle has anything you're looking for. Then browse through the titles on the home screen. If it doesn't have much that you think you'd watch, we'd recommend skipping it. Instead, try out a free service with more content like Tubi or Pluto TV.
Yeah, it's nice that it has parental controls and captions, but ultimately its smaller content library holds it back. That's our opinion, but let us know what you think in the comments below. Have you tried Crackle? What's the best free streaming service in your opinion?
And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.